So today's video is really exciting. I'm gonna be testing out the brand new Rare Beauty eyeshadow palettes for you guys. Well, I'm gonna be swatching them for you, but I'm only gonna be testing one of them on my eyes. But I'm really excited to test these out, and I was waiting to use them for the first time with you guys so I can tell you how I feel. You guys know how much I love first impressions. And I know when these first launched, people were kind of bummed out that there weren't any mattes in these palettes, but I sometimes like the idea of a full shimmer palette, just like I like a full matte palette. I know you're not like traveling with a full shimmer palette, but it's a nice addition to your makeup collection because it's like a bunch of lid options. I don't know. I don't mind it at all, but these are the two palettes. They're pretty small. I like that they're compact. The purpley one is called Magnetic Spirit, and this one is called Confident Energy. Guys, I don't know what it is. Actually, I know exactly what it is. My mom had a dress when I was little that had this exact pattern with this exact like color story. It was lime green and blue like this. The second I opened this, I honestly felt like I had transported to the 90s. It reminds me so much of that dress. And then this one is exactly the same, just with like pinks and purples. Really cute. I like the packaging. I like that it looks like 3D, very cute. And then these are the colors on the inside. I actually really like these colors. They're really beautiful. When I swatched them on the back of my hand, I was actually really impressed. They feel really buttery, really creamy, and especially this color right here is so freaking beautiful. It's almost like foiled. It looks wet when I swatch it out. It's so nice. So I really like this. I feel like the only one that's like a little random in this palette is that green, but it's still a beautiful green. They swatch really nicely. I cannot wait to put it on my eyes. And then this one in Confident Energy is really pretty as well. I love these shades. They're so like summery and fun. This is like perfect for like a pop of blue on your lower lash line. I love doing that. And this copper is like beautiful. It's like a chocolatey bronze copper. So yummy. I love these swatches. I wish I can, oh my gosh, I just stabbed an eyeshadow. I hurt Ignite. I'm sorry, Ignite. I wish I could use all of these on my eyes, but I'm just gonna use a few shades. I really wanna use this palette, so I put on a pink shirt. I wanna do a really warm purpley eye, maybe add a little bit of the beige on the bottom. We'll see. And honestly, I have really loved seeing Rare Beauty come out with new products, things they're working on in the future. I really love this brand and what they represent and what they're doing in the beauty space. So I'm really excited to see what they come out with in the future, and I'm excited to see them keep growing. Like, look at this. Look at this, how cute. Inspired by the light and energy that surrounds each of us. These chromatic shades let you build captivating and illuminating eye looks that reflect your true aura. That is so cute. Just the little things. And honestly, guys, I've been wanting to tell you guys this forever, and I've been wanting to show you these clips forever, but I just didn't know when I was allowed to. And then when I looked back at the footage, I feel like I look so stupid that I'm kind of embarrassed by it, but I wanted to tell you the story. So I actually virtually met Selena Gomez. I know. And it was honestly like one of the most exciting nights ever. I'm not sure if you guys have been following me for a long time, but I've been a fan of Selena Gomez for a while. I wasn't like a huge fan of her growing up when she was on the Disney Channel because I feel like we're kind of the same age. So by the time that Wizards of Waverly Place was on, I wasn't watching shows like that, but I really became a fan of her when she got a bit older and she got into her music, and I learned more about her story. And she's been so open about her mental health, and I feel like she's really helped me with my mental health, even though she has no idea who I am. Her Revival album actually helped me so much, like more than I even thought it would. And I feel like even though she's famous or a celebrity, I can really relate to her. So I had the opportunity of meeting her, and I almost pooped my pants, guys, because I don't know if I ever told you guys about the time. Oh yeah, I totally did. A couple years ago, I had tickets to her concert, and I had like front row tickets. I was so excited. I got tickets for me and my sister. By the way, I'll leave a timestamp right here when the trying of the eyeshadows actually starts. But I wanted to do a little story time before we get into that. But anyway, I had tickets. I was so excited. It was for her Revival tour. I bought a bunch of merch. I had been planning for this concert for months and months and months. Like the second her tickets went on sale, I bought it. But the day before the concert, I actually had a really bad panic attack. And all of a sudden, I was just really afraid to go to this concert. I can't even explain it to you, honestly. And it was really hard for me. I remember I was dropping off the tickets at my sister's house. She ended up taking her cousin, and I cried the entire drive home because I was so disappointed in myself for not going. I'm getting emotional. When I had been waiting like all year for that concert, and it's something I still really regret, but it was a really big moment in my life where anxiety won and I was like defeated by it. But I feel like ever since that happened, it has helped me push through so many different things. And a lot of the times, even when I want to say no to something and I'm scared or I don't want to do something, I really try my best to push through it, because that feeling of disappointment in yourself is awful, but it happens to all of us. I think the important thing is trying to push through and trying to get to the other side, because there's always a light at the end of the tunnel, as cliche and dramatic as that sounds. But anyway, so as you can imagine, when I had the opportunity to meet Selena Gomez like via video call, like on a Zoom call, I was really excited, probably too excited, because I look back on the footage and I feel like I sound so dumb. I'm like smiling and nodding like every second. I just couldn't believe I was on a video chat with her. It was so amazing. It was so cool to have a conversation with her. And as nervous as I was, because I'm a fan of Selena Gomez, I think she's great, I didn't feel uncomfortable or like super anxious. I was nervous, yeah, but she was so nice and so down to earth that she made me feel like I was just talking to a neighbor. Like, she was really, really awesome. And it was really awesome to sit down and talk about Rare Beauty and the future of it and what they're doing to help with mental health. So yeah, I wanted to mention that, and then I wanted to also show you like a clip of that Zoom call. I just want to point out, I'm like really giddy and really weird, and also I'm a freaking greasy hot dog, okay? I was sweating so much. Like I said, I was nervous, and I'm not a sweater. Like, you guys know I have super dry skin. My face was drenched. Does being nervous make you oily? Because apparently it makes me oily. It was a little embarrassing. It was a little embarrassing, but I want to put it in because I feel like some of you would really appreciate it or would really want to see it. So I'm gonna put a little portion of it right now. It was just us talking about Rare Beauty, and she asked me a couple questions and I asked her a couple questions, and yeah. Here we go.
Thank you so much for letting me be on the channel and meeting you and talking to you. Who has been the most influential person in your life as far as makeup and beauty?
I know it seems like kind of like a cliche answer, but like my sister and my mom. I remember growing up, my sister had this like big dresser, and the first drawer was just full of makeup, and it was like makeup from the drugstore, and just I remember opening it and just being so mesmerized by the sparkles and the beauty as like a little kid. I remember for my quinceas, I had like a big quinceañera thing, and it was the first time that I ever really put on makeup, and my mom did my makeup and my sister, and I was just so fascinated by it and how good it can make you feel and how fun it is.
That's really, really cool. And I have a similar answer. You know, my mom did multiple things growing up, and she would be a makeup artist for some of the models in Dallas. I loved it. It was like a chest full of jewels, and she did tons of color and tons of cool things. It's a passion that I had since I was young.
I've actually gotten a lot of questions like to review Rare Beauty. I feel like a lot of my audience just absolutely loves you and loves the message that that you send out. So I want to say I appreciate it from someone who struggles with mental health a lot. And I know the internet is a really, really, really scary place, and sometimes we have to disconnect and just put our phones down in order to really practice like self-care. But I just want you to know that you putting yourself out there every day and advocating mental health and just starting Rare Beauty, it's special, and I just want to thank you for that.
Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. Thank you.
And then this is more so like a question for me, but it's something I can share with my audience. But if you have like any tips and I'm so sorry, my dog is. But if you have any tips and trips for anxiety or something that you found like really, really helps you.
You know, I still deal with anxiety. It's more just about how I control it now. What helps is doing something that makes you feel good. Even if, I've had days where it's hard to get out of bed, and I understand that, and I'll draw, I'll just kind of sit there and just do that, or put on a show that is comforting and I don't have to pay much attention to, or just breathing exercises, taking walks.
Definitely, I agree with those. You have to take time for yourself. It's the only way. All right, now that you've experienced some secondhand embarrassment watching me act really weird, we can now dive into this palette. I'm actually gonna be using some of the matte shades from my Supreme Nudes palette from Artist Couture. I love this palette so much. I'm gonna take Nudist in my crease. Now I'm gonna go into Transcend. I'm gonna take a little bit of this shade right there, and I'm gonna take this color on the outer corners and in the crease a little bit. Guys, I felt so dumb after that Zoom call. I was like, was I like smiling and nodding the entire time talking to her? Did she think I was a big weirdo? I was like reliving that conversation in my head for like 3 days. Does that ever happen to you? When you have a conversation with somebody that makes you nervous, whether that be a boy, Selena Gomez. But I was like replaying the conversation. I was like, oh my gosh. I am the worst when I'm nervous. I stutter so much. I'm all over the place. My communication is terrible. I'm so bad at communicating that if I'm mad at Danny, I shouldn't be admitting this, but if I need to tell him something and I can't get my words out, I will leave the room and text him. I know. But I just get my words out better on paper. You know what I'm saying? Listen, we all have our flaws, okay? All right, now I'm gonna dive into, what color? I wanna use this like intense purple, but I also wanna mix it with this shade. I'm gonna take the shade Clarity, and with my finger, I'm gonna press this into my lid. I should have done my eyes first. I'm a fool. Oh my gosh, look at that color. But it's okay, we will swoop the fallout. I could just imagine what this color looks like wet. I'm gonna take that brush I was using earlier and blend this into my crease. Obviously with colors like these, that the base is kind of like a black purple, that purple intensity does get blended away like when you start to blend it into the crease, but just gotta bring it back with the magic of thy finger. The best tool for shimmer eyeshadows. And you know what I just realized? I'm putting all of this on and I don't even have eyeshadow primer on. Like, I mean, I have concealer on, which is usually a great eyeshadow primer, but I actually set my eyeshadow concealer with powder earlier today when I did my makeup, and I feel like eyeshadow sticks better when I don't set my concealer. So I honestly don't know why I did that, especially when I was gonna test out an eyeshadow palette. But even then, it's sticking to the lid perfectly fine. I bet it'd be even better if I wouldn't have set my concealer. Or even like this shadow on top of a primer, a glitter primer, that must look really good. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with this really pretty cranberry color, and I'm gonna focus that kind of like on the same spots. Focusing this color like right here. I really love how it looks like concentrated right there. Okay, I'm gonna take this magical shade right here. It's called Passion. I'm very passionate about it. And I'm just gonna put this color like on the inner. Oh my God, that's magic. Okay, so really quickly off camera, I just added some eyeliner. I used the Haus Statuesque eyeliner, love this. And then I added Transcend to my lower lash line. I buffed it out on top of the eyeliner. And now I'm gonna go in with the shade Ignite, the one I stabbed. And I kind of wanna smoke this out on the lower lash line as well. I'm gonna take my little Trend Mood pencil brush from Sigma and add a little something something down there. Okay, and then the last eyeshadow I'm gonna use is this color right here, Power. And I'm gonna apply a little bit of this color like right on top of this shade on the inner corners, just to make it look a little bit brighter. Okay, so really quickly off camera, I just finished up the rest of my makeup. I used my Pat McGrath Dark Star mascara. I love this mascara. It makes my lashes so wispy and long. And then for my lips, I have like my go-to combo. This is the Alamar Cosmetics Birthday Suit Lip Liner, and then I have on the Lilah B Lovingly Lip Tinted Lip Oil in the shade Be Elegant. And this is the completed look. I actually really like how that peachy color looks on the lower lash line because it doesn't look too pigmented, but it gives a little touch of color, and I really love it with the purple. But yeah, guys, based off of my first impressions, these palettes are pretty good. I really like the pigmentation. I like how foiled they are. They're really easy to blend. There's a little bit of fallout, but not too much. I really enjoyed them. And I honestly don't mind that there aren't any mattes in here because these are really good go-to lid shades, and I like having them all in this little palette, and they work really well. So I'm gonna continue to use these. I really like the formula, and yeah, that's it. That completes this video. Those were my thoughts on the brand new Rare Beauty palettes. Leave me a comment down below letting me know if you plan on picking these up. Have you bought them already? What are your thoughts? But yeah, that completes this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys so much. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.